Hello, friends.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, not friends.
So,
Hello, people that wish they could be our friends, but they don't tell us how they're doing.
Uber. Get shit on.
God. I'm just kidding. We're all
I'm not.
friends here.
We're not.
Damn. Got him.
Got him. We're just kidding.
Maybe.
Mostly. But, also tell us how you are. We're genuinely curious. We want weekly updates. That's why
Not
we ask
daily
you every
updates.
week. Daily?
I want hourly updates.
Damn.
Actually, please don't. That would be annoying.
Yeah, that would be actually.
Can you imagine just like a whole spam of people sending you hourly updates about their life?
That'd be wild.
I think I would ignore 90% of them.
I would
right.
too.
New phone, who dis?
Right? Okay, I guess that can be part of our get to know you question because I was kind of thinking about this part. What's your communication with
What's my communication?
What's your communication?
What's the sitch?
What's your? Are you the person who? I mean, I already know the answer to this question, but do you look at a lot of the messages and just not respond to them? I'm calling out right now, you guys. Do you look at any of my fucking things I send you?
Like videos and stuff?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I know I sent an absolute,
take it personally.
Shit ton of
Eve
them.
spams me with tons and tons of stuff.
No, I know I do too. And usually I'll have to, say something with it for you to look at it.
Right, because most of the time when people are sending me videos, it's like, okay, it's probably, chances are, one, it's probably something I've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
And two, there's just, I don't know, something funny that people are just sharing around. It's like, okay, cool. If I'll get around to it eventually, I promise. But if you send a message with it too, chances are I'm more likely to respond to it.
That's fair.
Even if I don't respond, I probably watched it at some point. But I get spammed messages. Well, spam is not the right word. Spam is a very it's a very negative word for it, but I don't have a better word for it.
No, that's fair. I mean, do you ever send an obnoxious amount?
No, not really.
Yeah, that's fair.
I usually send a couple, I don't know, maybe one or two a week.
Yeah.
To specific people.
Yeah.
But I also get messages from people on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook. And there's a good chance that sometimes multiple people are sending me the same videos. It's happened.
That's fair. That's valid. See, I'll just be scrolling, and I just get 10 videos in a row, that have me in stitches. And so I'm I have to share this with people.
Right. And usually if I'm actively scrolling on my phone, chances are I'm in the same position, so I'm not looking at the videos that other people are sending me because I'm very encapsulated with the videos I'm already watching.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm great at answering regular messages for the most part, unless I'm sleeping.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm the one that spams people. I know that I am.
Eve's worse.
Eve's worse. I slowed down sending them to you because I was
have currently 20 unopened messages from Eve on TikTok. And I don't know, Instagram just says 4+ because that's all it says.
Yeah.
2, 3.
They're not gonna hit you with you've got 67 reels to look at.
8, 9. Oh, there's only 10 so far since the last time I opened them.
Wow.
Which was yesterday.
That's decent.
+4 from Imani on Instagram.
Nice.
A couple from you guys on Facebook in the group chat.
Those are not usually me.
I know. And then I have some from you directly on Facebook.
Yeah.
You also send me weird shit.
I do send you weird shit.
Like, what am I looking at? Mushroom on the sidewalk? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That didn't make any sense, but it made me laugh, so.
Okay. All right, then.
My next question is, are you messy or clean?
Yes. That's my answer.
Elaborate.
Well, in what context?
I don't know. Whatever context do you think could apply either messy or clean?
Well, you could apply that to a lot of things. Like, am I a messy eater? Am I I don't know, messy in my mental state? Yes. Just in general, I don't know. Bit of both. Depends on the day. Depends on the mental state.
Fair. I feel okay. I guess living situation, like in your own personal space.
It's not always the most organized, and I have a habit of ignoring my clothes hamper until I actually go to do laundry, and then I'll put everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I am a mess through and through. I'm a mess in my head. I literally sprayed pho broth onto my computer when I was slurping my noodles earlier. It's a disaster in here.
It's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
I was watching clips of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody earlier, and I just now have Esteban in my head. This is a disaster. Oh my god.
That's funny. Yeah,
my favorite quote from that show is, "How do you lose a woman? You forget to cherish her." Oh my gosh.
That's funny. Well, I guess we can get into our nuclear revenge stories.
I wish I had the means to have nuclear revenge on people most of the time.
Yeah, I wish I had a reason to be like, I'm gonna go full nuclear.
Say that word again.
Nuclear.
Okay.
Did I say nuclear?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I realized as I said it too, and I was like, I'm gonna just keep going. And I know that he's gonna say something. Maybe nobody will
notice.
No. I heard it, and I was like, he's gonna fucking say something, so I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah. Words like that, they always they just get in my head. Like when people say milk. Like, bro, there's no fucking E in the word milk. Pronounce it right.
The one dude who's like, it's strawberry milk, so it comes from strawberries, and that makes it vegan. And then the one dude shows up and he's like, show me the tit on a strawberry.
I mean, show me the tit on an almond.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, but at least I just kind of thought everybody knew. Ghost just ran by the door into my bedroom. It's usually the other way around, but I just see him fly by. Anyways, I kind of thought it was a general rule that everybody knew that strawberry milk is strawberry flavored milk.
Right. And how chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm hilarious.
You're pretty funny.
I firmly believed that as a child. Very briefly.
Did you really?
Well, until I So, like, I made chocolate milk for the first time at home.
And you just like put chocolate syrup in and you're like, oh, that was so easy. And you're like, wait a second.
Right. But before
If
that, I
I
was
can
fully
do that.
convinced.
I mean, that's valid. But then you got to think about it. Where's the pink cow? Or
Just
the
because you've
strawberry
never
milk?
seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So they just hoard all the strawberry or all the pink cows for the strawberry milk?
Right. They're all at the strawberry milk farm.
Mm. Yeah.
I thought
That's
we just
valid.
determined that strawberry milk comes from the tits of a strawberry, though.
Could you fucking imagine if you were looking at a strawberry and it just had tits on it?
Oh my god.
Like, I'm pretty sure somebody's probably drawn that at this point because of the video about show me the tits on a strawberry. But I'm also not about to go looking up strawberry tits. Because it's just going to be some girl with like a strawberry over her nipple. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. Oh my god. Oh
my
no.
god.
Do you think they like put twine around it so it grew that way?
I don't know.
That's so funny.
I'll put, don't worry guys, I'll put the picture up on the screen so you guys can see what we're laughing at. Oh my god, wait, there's a worse one.
There's a worse one. Oh no. This is so funny though. Oh no. Why does the first one look like a butt? Like a butt with like googly eyes on the bottom. What is that? That's haunting to look at. That is literally a hairy ass cheek with googly eyes on the fucking bottom of your cheeks. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I am screaming.
This isn't what I thought we would be talking about today with strawberry tips. And one that looks like an ass cheek. Doesn't it kind of look like an ass though?
It's something. Ass with googly eyes.
Why can't I look away from it? Just staring it in the eyes. I'm staring it in the googly eyes right now.
Oh my god.
Because they're so perfectly in the center like eyeballs. It's freaking me out. Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. I have to close that Google search. Oh my god.
Horrible.
It's so bad.
At least the first ones are real. Ha, get it? Real boobs. The second one is digitally created.
I don't know.
I don't shame anyone for having
strawberry
breast
tits.
augmentations. Oh, or that. I don't shame anyone for having nipples on their strawberries, okay?
Or googly eyes on their ass cheeks.
Or googly eyes on their ass cheeks. Honestly, that'd be pretty fucking funny. Okay, this is a kind of a gross story, and I don't know if I've told it on stream, but I don't know if I've told it on the podcast, but I know I've told it on stream, where I was dating the roommate of my ex, right? I know that already sounds messy. Whatever, I don't fucking care. He was fine with it. He said he was a bitch about it later, but whatever. And so it was 3 boys in the house and 2 like full bathrooms. And so 2 of the boys shared a bathroom, and that was the bathroom that the current boyfriend, the roommate of the ex, used. And they both had long ass hair, and for some reason all of the hair that they like had slough off during their showers, they just accumulated into a pile and left it on like the side of the like tub.
Gosh.
The nastiest fucking thing I've ever seen, right? I like went to the bathroom in that bathroom for the first time ever, and I saw it and it was looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, oh, it's our hair pile. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, it's not that weird. I'm like, no, that's incredibly fucking weird, because that is more hair than it is currently on. That's more hair in that bathtub than it is currently on your fucking head. Are you both contributing to it? Because if that is, that's pretty nasty that you guys are like consolidating mutual hair right now. And if it's not, that's a lot of shed out. Like, that's a lot of hair being shed. Are you good? And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know, it would be funny though to freak your roommate out who also uses a shower. Also, since I never want to come here and use the shower again, you should put googly eyes on it. So we went to the craft store and got fucking googly eyes.
My God.
And he put the googly eyes on the massive hairball. I'm sorry, that thing could have grown a conscience. Like, it was haunting to look at. That's the thing that is in your nightmares that like somehow just turns into a creature and just starts like just inching around, haunting people.
Rolling about tumbleweed style.
Yeah, just picking up more debris, getting larger every day. Could you imagine? Oh my God, it was
No,
gross.
I don't want to imagine.
Yeah, no, I don't really want to think about it either now. But yeah, I had googly eyes on it. It was kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really gross.
Yeah, I don't think the roommate thought it was as funny as we did. Whatever. Boo, bad sense of humor. Anyways. Shall we get into nuclear revenge?
All right, let's do it.
Sick. Now that we've gone on a tangent about me not being able to, like, say nuclear, I like this one because people are saying, oh, this is like real world consequences and is real.
Okay.
So this one's from u/Dave's Planet, and it's called Revenge on a Hacker. So one day I get an email from a hosting provider telling me that attacks are being launched from our server and I need to look into it. I find that there is indeed a hacker in our server. He was using an app to anonymously control his bot network, among other things. I looked at the app he was using and discovered that it was an open source project. I then downloaded the code for this backdoor, modified it to log everything to a file, and replaced his app with my honeypot version. Love that. Over the next 6 months, I collected every scrap of information I could on this guy. I then used that information to take over many of his online accounts, including his main email account. That was the account where he had registered all of his services to, so I was able to issue password reset requests for everything he owned. I gained control of 6 other email accounts, 2 dozen IRC accounts, his Facebook page, his dating profile, numerous websites, and the backup site he used for his cell phone. This sounds really familiar. I feel like I've read this before. Anyways, I have his phone number, his mom's number, his girlfriend's number. I know his address, his birthday, the schools he went to, even his favorite foods and music. After I took every single online account he had ever had away from him, I sent a nasty email to his ISP in an effort to extort yet more information from them. In that email, I said some very unkind things about the monarch of Indonesia. Yeah, I've definitely read this. Anyway, I'll finish it so that we can all hear the rest of it. Very unkind things about the monarch of Indonesia and how I might smear the monarch publicly if I didn't get the information. The hacker disappeared immediately after that. I have looked for him at times over the last 15 years since he is not resurfaced. The Indonesian... Yeah, I remember.
We read this on the last Revenge Story episode.
We did. We definitely did.
Yeah, this page is very old.
Boo. I know. Why is it so old?
I don't know. Here, let's...
I mean, there's one from 34 days ago. That's like the newest one, which is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, some of these are definitely familiar.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We will just go for... Ooh,
Ooh,
Cheater
actually,
Revenge. That sounds fun.
cheater revenge. I kind of like that. Well, whoops. That's a bummer.
Right? Oh, this has a fun title. Welcome to the Joy Cut Club.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Wait, no, this is like 5 miles long.
Read it.
It's so long, like I
Welcome.
have to scroll.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh my lord. Oh my god. It's still going.
I know.
What
I
the
don't know if we
hell?
want to read that one. That's a lot.
Ugh, no, I don't think you want to read it.
No, I don't think I want to either. Y'all, some of the
No,
people
because
on this thread are nuts.
there's some like daddy comments,
Yeah, I
and
saw
it
that. I
says
was like,
I
nah, I don't want
growled.
to.
I don't kink shame or anything, but it doesn't mean that I want to read that shit.
Oh my god, why is this thread? Y'all, if you were on the r/cheater revenge, y'all are nuts. What is happening?
Here, I got a quick one.
Help. What sites can I sign up my husband's mistress number so she receives spam and ridiculous things?
That's funny. Okay, I
Cheater
think
called the sheriff.
Here, you do cheater. I'll find nuclear ones we haven't read.
Okay.
Because this one, yeah, I don't think that we read this one.
So previously I have posted about this guy, 38 male, who is using me, 21 female. First of all, that's crazy age difference. To cheat on his wife and was also sleeping with his work clients. I put his number and Discord tag to attempt to get the attention of anyone who knows him. The only personal info you can get with that info is that he's in Sarasota County, and I'd hardly count that as doxing. I also contacted one of his close friends in an attempt to expose him, but that friend was no help. He allegedly called the sheriff on me. He doesn't even know my legal name or how to accurately describe me because he is legally blind and can't see me. He's also in Florida while I am in New Jersey. He must really think I'm stupid. I posted his voicemail threatening legal action to our group chat after explaining he won't be back to play any games that I'm in, and now he's been kicked out. Also, this group is kind of like a support group for blind people run by our very charismatic mutual friend who also isn't his friend anymore. Sorry, not sorry. Edit, now he says he's working with the FBI. We both know he's just trying to scare me, and it won't work. Edit 2. I refused to be villainized because he wanted to pretend to be single and fuck everything. Had I known he was married, we wouldn't have even been friends. Damn.
Valid. Because I was going to say, like, just don't. If that's messy, don't mess with married people. But if he lied about it, there's not a lot you can do.
But the first comment is like, you're getting dick from a 38-year-old dude and try to expose him to his friends for cheating. Just break it off and go away. What did you think? He loves you or was using you for anything other than sex?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, how old was...
Yeah. 21.
Again? There's no way they know that. I didn't have the emotional maturity at that point, but I also didn't give a shit enough.
Yeah, right.
Hey, do you want to not chew your bone in here? Like, right now?
How dare you accuse him of doing such terrible things?
Shut
Maybe he's
up.
not chewing his bone. He's enjoying his downtime.
Him.
I don't know. I think...
I mean, I guess if you can't hear him, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, no, I definitely heard him.
Okay, asshole. Just fucking condoning his poor behavior.
What do you mean? He's just trying to chew his bone.
He's been totally fine this whole time. And then he's like, I think I'm going to come and chew my bone.
Right.
Oh my
He's living his best life.
Oh, he's so happy. Come here. He's come up here. Come here. It's a ghost intermission. Come here.
r/revenge porn victims. Oh my god.
That's
the fuck is wrong with people?
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come
Oh, this one sounds fun.
Got you. Little face. Little nose. I'm booping his nose every time I lift his little raspberry. You gonna sit on my foot? Okay. The ghost intermission has concluded.
All right.
Sorry.
Hit
we
us
went
with
on a
your
little
nuclear revenge.
Oh, yes, my nuclear.
It's hard to say on purpose like that.
I know. Okay, he's got his phone again. Whatever. So loud. Okay, so this one's titled Neighbor Ruined My Garden. I Turned His Yard into a Swamp. I don't remember us reading this one, and I scrolled for a little bit for it. Get ready for a wild ride, folks. This is the story of how my battle with a neighbor over my beloved garden led me to transform his pristine yard into a swamp, and in the process, I became a local legend. It all started when I moved into a new house, which came with a small but charming garden. Gardening quickly became my passion, and I spent months turning that space into a blooming paradise, full of flowers and a few veggies. My neighbors seemed to appreciate the view, all except one. Let's call him Grumpy Greg. Grumpy Greg was the kind of guy who took too much pride in his perfectly manicured lawn, the type that looks more like a golf course than a yard. He despised my garden, calling it untidy and an eyesore that attracted pests. I tried to reason with him, offered to keep it more contained, even suggested setting up a small fence. But no, Greg wanted it gone. One morning, I woke up to find most of my garden destroyed, flowers uprooted, veggies trampled, and my small bird bath smashed. I'd be pissed. I knew it was Greg. No proof, but who else could it be? I was furious, heartbroken. But then, inspiration struck. I remembered Greg's one true love, his flawless lawn. I did some research and found the perfect, most diabolical, yet completely legal revenge. I bought hundreds of water retention crystals, the kind meant to help soil retain moisture for plants. Except I wasn't planning on using them for their intended purpose. Under the cover of night, I went to work, spreading these crystals all over Greg's precious lawn. These tiny crystals are harmless, but when they come into contact with water, they expand, holding many times their weight in water. And wouldn't you know, the forecast predicted a week of heavy rain starting the next day. The rain came, and the crystals did their job too well. Greg's perfect lawn transformed into a squishy, waterlogged mess. Every step taken on the grass felt like stepping on a waterbed. The lawn mower got stuck, and the yard had become the neighborhood's newest swamp. Greg was livid, blaming everyone and everything for his misfortune, but couldn't prove a thing. It took weeks for the effects to wear off, and by then his lawn never truly recovered. In the meantime, I rebuilt my garden, even better than before. Neighbors who learned about the ordeal and Greg's role in destroying my garden came to help, bringing plants, seeds, and even my new bird bath. My garden became a symbol of the community, a place where neighbors would stop by to chat and admire the flowers. As for Greg, he became a lot less grumpy, especially after I casually mentioned how unpredictable gardening can be and how it's important to have good relationships with your neighbors.
My God.
He got the message loud and clear.
It's like,
So,
fuck with me again, I dare you.
I know. So that's the tale of how I turned a bully's yard into a swamp and in the process united our little community. Sometimes a bit of creative thinking and a whole lot of water retention crystals is all it takes to stand up to a bully and come out on top.
Nice.
Somebody said this would probably be better under pro revenge because they're not seeing nuclear.
Probably better in what?
On pro revenge?
Oh, I mean, it is very professional.
It is very, yeah. Following the law, making sure that you still, like, nuclear is for when you completely blow up that relationship and, like, everything fully.
Yeah. Okay. I just think the title of this one is funny because I want to do this to someone. I purposely dropped my shopping basket on a stranger's foot.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a grocery basket at someone. So I was at this local grocery store a few blocks away from my house. I was minding my business, waiting in line, I was literally next, about to check out, when out of nowhere, boom, this woman cuts right in front of me. At first, I was like, okay, whatever. She only had 3 items, so I thought, fine, no big deal. I was going to let it go. But then she looked at me. Not just a glance. Nope, she
Just
gave
looked.
me that look. You know, the one where they scan you from head to toe, like they're silently judging everything about you.
Yeah.
Yes, that look, as if I was the one in the wrong. And that's when it happened. My intrusive thoughts, they clocked in. I took a step closer, didn't say a word, and just dropped my basket right on her foot. It wasn't even that heavy, but the little thud it made, oh, it was so satisfying. She flinched, and I swear I heard her gasp, but the best part, I looked at her, gave a slight smile, and said, oh, sorry. Then I picked up my basket like nothing happened and placed my items on the counter. I just think that's kind of funny. Very simple, yet effective.
Very much so.
Yeah.
It's easy, simple.
Right. Next time you're
It
in
gets the
line
point
at the
across.
grocery store, drop a basket on someone.
Mm-hmm. Just be
Because I
like, oh
guarantee
no.
it'll be entertaining, to say the least.
Yep. Be like, oh no, sorry.
Oh no,
Our table.
your foot, it's broken.
Your foot. Oh my god. Okay, so this one's a bit of a... Oh, this one's really long. Never mind. Okay, let's see. This one's better. Alright. So drive over a kid's bike, pay the price. With a tag, sorry, not sorry. Okay, this story took place a very long time ago in the summer of 1969. Hey.
In the summer of 69. That's a good song.
Right. I was about 12. I had an early morning paper route in my neighborhood. One of the first things that I bought with my earnings was a brand new 10-speed bike. It was silver with a red trim. I was really proud of it, and I took very good care of it. I also used it to deliver my newspapers in the morning. One of my customers was often leaving for work around the time that I got there. I always made a point of parking my bike well off to the side while I went up to deliver his paper. This particular morning, he turned too soon and too sharply while backing out of his driveway, and backed right over my bike, ruining the front sprocket and derailleur. He stuck his head out the window and asked, "Is it okay?" And I said, "Not exactly." And he said, "Well, that's what you get for leaving it behind my car." Then he drove off. I walked home, crushed and upset. I felt helpless against this adult who clearly had no intention of doing anything about it, and I didn't know what to do. My hurt, frustration, and powerlessness gradually turned into anger. I stopped delivering his paper, and when he complained, I told my supervisor that I was delivering, but he just liked to complain, so ultimately it wasn't held against me. But the real revenge was yet to come. He lived on the main route through the neighborhood, and that all the kids took to go to the local 7-Eleven and other places. His mailbox sat on a steel fence post loosely set into the ground. That summer, I got in the habit of pulling it up and throwing it over the fence into the cemetery across the street, maybe once or twice a week. It was fun and mischievous, but it still didn't satisfy my need for revenge. He had 3 large frond shrubs in his front yard that would grow to 6 or 8 feet over the course of the summer and then begin to die back. They were several feet apart, with nothing else close by. One August evening, I threw a lit match into one on my way home from the 7-Eleven. I never heard anything else, but on my route the next morning, it was just a burnt husk in his front yard. Over the next couple weeks, I did the same to the other 2. I was beginning to feel a bit satisfied. A bit? Just a bit? But one morning, on the way home from delivering papers, I had an inspiration. I saw that the side window of his garage was open. Now, I knew that what I was considering was taking it a bit far. But I was an impulsive kid, and I thought tit for tat was fair. Back in the day, everybody carried road flares, aka emergency flares, in their cars. So I climbed through the window, found 2 flares, lit them, and stuck one right beneath each of his rear tires, then climbed out and hightailed it home and went back to bed.
Oh
I
my
did not go
God.
back to see what happened, and I stayed away from the area for several days. I knew that I'd ruined his tires. I never saw the result, but I didn't care. And I never did anything to him. Or I never did another thing to him. Brutal.
Bro could have burned down the dude's
I
house.
know!
Oh my God.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, go off, kid, get revenge, but like, not arson, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of
I mean,
all
what
the
are you going to do?
times I
Because,
have
like,
thought about revenge plans against people, arson has only crossed my mind a couple times, and I'd never actually do it.
mm-hmm. He got away with 4 instances, though, because he burned up every single one of the shrubs.
Right.
And also managed to, like, and you, like, what are you going to do? There were flares underneath my tires. And be like, that's normal that it could have fallen from somewhere and gotten stuck there. Be like,
I
there's
mean, well,
I mean, it's not likely, okay?
how would
But
they have gotten
obviously they
lit,
didn't do
though?
any investigation. That's true,
Most
too.
road flares can't just light themselves, though.
The friction of it falling off the shelf lit it, and then it lodged itself next to the tire where it then burned out and melted the tires. But also, it sounded like the kid was pretty, like, thoughtful and, like, mindful. So I'm wondering how this dude hit his bike.
Right.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's a wild world out there.
Right. People are out here burning plants and flaring back tires. I almost said back seats.
Yep.
Can you imagine if you lit them in the car? Oh my God.
Oh my God, that'd be wild.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Forget burning down the house. Could have blown up the house.
Right? Seriously.
All right. How I got revenge on my ex and her boyfriend. I found this sub last night and it brought back a whole lot of memories. I'll start with warning for mentions of threats. This is a bit of a doozy and a long story. When the story takes place, I was 19 and my ex was 20. Anyways, this all started back in summer 2015. My ex and I had been together a little over 2 years at this point, and things were going not so great. We were both from a small town, and while she elected to go to college after we graduated, I decided to stay in her hometown and work. Throughout her time in college, she had cheated on me multiple times, and each time I tried to leave, she'd threatened to hurt herself. This took a heavy toll on my mental health to the point where I lost my job. Bruh. The manipulation is nuts.
For real.
This time, she had met a guy that was in one of the other programs at the college she attended and started talking with him. When she had mentioned this to me, I felt sick. I knew exactly where it would lead, innocent at first, then eventually admitting she cheated. The big fight where I've said I've had enough, her threats, rinse and repeat. I was trapped in a vicious cycle with no way out. This time was different, though. Instead of outright saying she was hanging out with him, she would tell me she was studying or taking a nap when in reality she was with him. I didn't find this out until I was in a car accident and called her. She pocket answered the phone and I heard them talking until I heard, "Oh shit," and she abruptly hung up. I was upset, but I kept my cool. I messaged her and told her I wanted to come up there when my car was fixed and talk to her, to which she agreed. When I went up there, I suggested we go on a drive to avoid having a potential blow-up in front of her roommates. She refused, telling me the guy she was spending time with told her it wasn't a good idea, so we went to her dorm room. Bruh. What are you listening to? Anyways, whatever. While there, I was able to remain calm. I told her how I felt about the situation and that I felt betrayed by her lying and sneaking around. None of it mattered. She spent the entire time on her phone. She eventually told me she was going with this guy to a music festival and they'd be getting a hotel room together. Despite my protest, she remained adamant that she was going. That's when all the weight of the last 2 years finally collapsed on top of me like a pile of bricks. Despite being in the process of a breakdown, I knew this was my only way out. So I left. I took some time to pull into a nearby gas station and cried out for a bit before heading home. I found out that she had started a relationship with the other guy shortly after I left. You'd think that I'd finally feel free, but I was in a pit of despair. This woman had convinced me that she was the only one for me, that without her I was nothing, and that I'd never find someone as, quote, amazing as her ever again.
Ew.
Right, okay. About 6 months of severe depression and newly discovered bad habits to cope with my pain went by. I was going through my phone and found out that one of the many messaging apps we used to communicate was the only open line of communication left between us. I could have let it go and blocked her, but instead this is where I started to plan my revenge. I messaged her not really expecting a reply, but surprisingly got one. We talked for a couple days until she finally said she hated how things ended between us and wanted to make it up to me. By this time, she had dropped out of college and moved into an apartment. Figures. I decided to go there under the guise that she was going to cook me dinner and we'd talk about what happened to get some closure. When I arrived, we went up to her apartment, shut the door, and sat down on her bed. We chatted about mundane things, her boyfriend, my job, etc., but eventually I lied and said I still had feelings for her. This led to us kissing, which quickly turned into sex. No, bro, you never have sex with them. Afterwards, we lied there and talked a bit before she got up to shower, telling me not to leave because she still wanted to cook for me. That's when I sprung my plan into action. She left her phone on the nightstand. I grabbed it, still knowing the code from when we were together, and sent a picture of myself in her mirror to her boyfriend, making sure he knew it was me and we just had sex. I finished getting dressed and left, blocking her on that last line of communication before I drove back home. She's tried contacting me multiple times throughout the years through mutual friends, family, and fake social media accounts, the last attempt being in 2023. Every time she tried, I'd shut her down. I don't regret a single thing that happened. I know how to spot those red flags and avoid getting trapped in a vicious cycle now. I've dropped the bad habits, improved physically, mentally, and spiritually. Meanwhile, last I heard, she's still stuck in her same pattern. Find a guy, cheat on him, move on to the next guy she cheated with.
Yeah,
my God.
She's kind of an example of once a cheater, always a cheater.
Right. I mean,
like, obviously she cheated on him and then cheated with him.
Right.
I'm like, girl, don't care.
I mean, that's a good revenge, like a good way to get the revenge on it.
Yeah. Make her
kudos for creativity.
Yeah. Get sex and then blow up her current relationship.
First comment did the same thing, but when she went to the shower, I grabbed all the PS1 games I bought her and walked out, nut and strut.
Nice. Honestly, that's valid.
Right?
I have another nuclear revenge. It is try getting me fired, enjoy homelessness.
I think we read that one, didn't we?
Did we?
The title, I definitely looked at that. I'm pretty sure we read it.
It was like false accusations. Almost getting them fired. It's kind of short.
I think we did, but I mean, go ahead.
Okay. I was an adjunct professor at a college. One of the students didn't seem to take a liking to me and tried to get me fired by making false accusations that I had pinched and caressed her hair. I did not take this lightly. I could have been fired and faced criminal charges. This student was on a scholarship that required her to pass all units by her second attempt, or our college also requires a minimum attendance to pass a unit. This was her second attempt at this unit, as she had attempted and dropped out of another course before, which also had this particular unit in its syllabus. An eye for an eye, right? I accidentally forgot to mark her name down when taking attendance, even if she was there. A few weeks later, she was gone. I was confronted by her friend that she had lost her scholarship and was now living out of her car because of my carelessness in taking attendance. Little did they know.
Yikes. That's crazy.
Yeah. But also, like,
I feel like that teacher could get fired for that.
Yeah, but, like, he could have gotten fired from a false accusation, too.
Right, but his solution to that problem was not really any better, because that's still...
No, but that's the point of nuclear revenge. Also, like, I feel like this is an instance of, like, she started it with no reason, and he's finishing it with reason.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently, this one says a guy left me stranded on a first date.
Oh no.
That's just rude. So I went on a date with a guy for the first time. It was a beautiful day where we live, so he took me to this nature park and we went on a walk. We talked about our lives, and I honestly thought it was going really well. After the walk, he said he needed to use the bathroom. I did too, so he drove to the nearest store where we could use the bathroom, which was a Best Buy. I went to the bathroom and he did too. When I came out, I waited and waited for him to come out. Finally, I got worried and I texted him. The message did not go through, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt and assumed his phone died. I then got tired of waiting and went to check to see if his car was still in the parking lot. Sure enough, it wasn't. I went back inside and asked the person at the front if they saw a man leave the store. They said they saw him run out of the store in a hurry a bit ago, so he left me stranded at a fucking Best Buy 20 minutes from my house.
Wow.
I Ubered home and I'm pissed. So I decided to find his family member on social media and tell them what he did. I eventually found who I think to be his sister and told her the whole story. She assured me I would get my things back as some were still in his car and even offered to reimburse me for the Uber. Some may think I'm crazy, but when one goes low, I go lower. I got my things back and they were clearly thrown in my yard out of his window.
Wow.
Someone was mad their family now knows what a piece of shit they are. Edit. For those who care for an update, surprise, there is none. He blocked me on everything and I don't even want to talk to him again, nor do I care to hear his sorry excuse. All right then. That seems very strange.
Yeah. Definitely like an odd situation.
Like, why did you just ditch someone in a Best Buy?
Yeah, that's rude.
Right? The sister did reimburse her for the Uber.
Yeah, that is definitely decent.
That's crazy.
Oh, I don't like the title of this one, but I also need to know that there's retribution for it.
What?
Don't kill your neighbor's dogs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. My crazy, antisocial, elderly aunt lives in the mountains of West Virginia. My aunt is a mean, bitter old woman who was suspected of shooting and killing her ex-husband, but the cops could never pin it on her.
Oh my god. Wait.
What a way to start this. Oh my god.
Okay.
I gotta read that sentence again. That's a loaded sentence. My aunt is a mean, bitter old woman who was suspected of shooting and killing her ex-husband, but the cops could never pin it on her.
Oh my...
That's
okay.
crazy.
That's
okay, I'm
insane.
so excited for the rest of the story if this is the start. All right. Years ago, she bought a small home on some land that borders the land of another family in a small, narrow, isolated, forested mountain area. That's a lot of adjectives. The other family had been living there for a long time, and they just wanted to be left alone, like most people who choose to live in a remote mountain location in West Virginia. My aunt bought chickens and started to let them run around unfenced on her property. Girl, that's a no. You don't do that. You gotta have like a coop or fencing or something. Anyways, and the neighbor's dogs were very interested in those chickens. The chickens would roam around and go over onto the neighbor's property. One day, without warning, she killed her neighbor's dogs for killing one of her chickens, and only one of the dogs was killed on her property. The other one was shot dead in the neighbor's front yard. That's fucked up. She's a bitch.
Oh
especially, like...
Yeah.
Because it seems like the dogs were going onto her land only because of the chickens. But if she fenced them in, there would be no problem. And the dogs either would come over there and she could have a conversation, be like, hey, your dogs are coming onto my land because my chickens, but they're corralled and in like a coop. So can you please remedy that? But that would be like the reasonable and sensible thing to do. There is no sense here.
Right.
The neighbors had small kids and they loved those dogs. My aunt walked over with a shotgun and told the neighbors that they had better never get another chicken-killing dog again, or else she would kill them too. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
The neighbors didn't take too kindly to her killing their dogs, and her actions with the shotgun, waving it around, threatening them, was over the top. But they didn't call the cops, knowing that my crazy aunt, who had a reputation for being violent, was unlikely to be arrested, and if she was arrested, she would just quickly be released from jail and be back. So a couple weeks later, when my aunt went into town, her home's back window was broken, and a bottle of burning oil and gas was thrown into her home. By the time the fire department finally arrived, the home was a complete loss, and every dog and possibly ex-husband killing shotgun and firearm my aunt owned, along with all her other worldly possessions, were incinerated. The home was a total loss, along with the chicken coop, etc. The neighbors didn't see nothing, and the sheriff's department couldn't prove anything. My aunt had a long list of enemies. She didn't work, and so was too poor and lazy to have homeowner's insurance. So she had to move, and her son eventually bought her a cheap rundown trailer in town. Those of us who knew my aunt figured she got what she deserved. Moral of the story, don't screw with the mountain man's dog.
Jesus.
The top comment on here is, I too have a crazy evil great aunt who lived in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. Mine is also old. All 3 of her children are screwed up. She verbally abused my great grandma until she was suicidal and an IRL Cinderella. Ew. And she would beat her husband while he was dying of cancer.
Oh my god.
I don't know if she's alive or dead right now, but I feel like our aunts would have made crazy supervillain duo. Jeez, what's with these crazy
already
ants,
dying of cancer? Here, let me beat you up too.
I know.
For beating a dead horse.
How are you gonna beat up somebody with cancer? I'm not laughing because it's funny, okay? It's fucked up. It's messed up, okay? Don't beat on people with cancer.
Don't beat up people in general unless they really deserve it. But like,
yeah.
He's already got cancer. I feel like even if he was a shit person, that's kind of full circle.
Like, I know. I'm like, he could be a shit person, but he's got dealt the cancer card. Like,
right.
Man's already got it rough.
Exactly.
You don't need to go.
Let him live his worst life.
Cancer more. What'd you say?
I said, let him live his worst life.
That's what I thought you said.
I'm a terrible person. It's fine.
It's okay. We're all going to help.
Right. We're already there.
I already have my music picked out.
For what?
For
what?
On the bus to hell.
Oh.
Like on the little bus ride?
What do you mean? You already have your music picked out.
Okay, so the thought trail, I don't know. The train of my thought, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, your train of thought. Okay, yes, I'm with you so far.
Why can I not remember what this fucking saying is?
The train of my thought. You were almost there.
I was so close. Okay, so my train of thought was, we're all going to hell. And, some people make the jokes like, oh, I'm the bus driver and stuff. I never say that because I don't want that kind of responsibility because that's a big old thing. I mean,
what's the worst that can happen? You crash the bus and you die? Wait, too late.
No, because, what if somebody's in the back, throwing shit at me because I'm, driving too slow? I don't know.
What's the worst that can happen? In that case, intentionally run you guys all off a cliff just for the experience.
I grow a tail and go beat the shit out of them.
Grow a tail.
Okay, but my thought was I'm just going to be a cute little passenger on the bus, and I can just listen to my music on the way down.
What song is it?
Probably Insane. It's very
nice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. What would be your song?
I'm very tempted to go cliche and pick AC/DC's Highway to Hell, but
oh, that's good. Do you want to share music? We can listen one up. If we can only pick one song, we can listen to each other's song together and stuff.
No, just play it on a speaker, and then yeah.
That's a good point.
Everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll do Fall Out Boy. We'll just we're going down, down.
Yeah. I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. That's a good song. Nobody knows the lyrics to it. Except for me. I do know the lyrics to it.
I don't.
Yeah. What do you think the lyrics are?
I know exactly what song you're talking about, but I don't know the lyrics.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
Yeah, I don't know what other song I would pick.
That's fair.
Um, yeah, I like Highway to Hell.
I like that one too. Do you have one more story for us before we wrap up?
Oh, or Another One Bites the Dust. That's a good one. That's a good
Ooh,
one.
yeah, that is a good one.
Or okay, hold on. There's a playlist on Spotify that says 69 inappropriate funeral songs,
Oh my god.
and now I have to go and read them.
Oh my lord.
La Cucaracha.
Oh gosh.
That's a good one. Disco Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. Cold as Ice.
Nice.
Yeah. Staying Alive.
That's funny.
Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Oh my god.
Snoop Dogg's I Wanna Fuck You.
That's wild.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
Love that.
Baby Come Back.
Oh god.
Baby Got Back.
I'm upset.
Thriller.
Love that.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Oh my god.
Straight Outta Compton.
Figures. Love that though.
Let's see.
That's actually really good.
That's a good one. Going to Your Funeral Part 1 by the Eels and Going to Your Funeral Part 2
Oh my god.
Through the Fire and Flames.
I actually really love that.
I Will Survive. Let's
Wrong
see.
place.
The Circle of Life. Burning Down the House.
Oh god.
Beautiful Day by U2.
Jesus.
Danger Zone.
Love that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. It's the End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine.
That's a good song.
That is a good song.
Reminds me of Chicken Little.
Bro, I fucking love that movie.
Me too.
I can't even remember the last time I heard
Genuinely fantastic
heard
movie.
it, seen it. You don't listen to movies, you watch movies. Duh.
I mean, you can listen to movies.
I mean, yeah.
It's obviously not as like impactful, but you can like listen to a movie that you've already seen before, and then like you can work while you listen to it.
If I'm cremated, I ask that at least one of these be played. Light My Fire by The Doors or Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash.
Oh my god. Ring of Fire is good.
Oh, there's an Ask Reddit about it. At your funeral, what inappropriate song would you choose that would make your friends laugh?
Love that.
The Macarena. The Electric Slide. That'd be fun.
Oh my gosh. I know, just everybody breaks out into synchronized dance.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Love that.
That'd be fun. I'd play that at my funeral. The Windows XP log off sound.
Oh my god.
Arms of the Angel by Sarah McLachlan. That's a good one.
That's so funny.
I have to play that at Queen's funeral. That's her song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe she'll play it at mine. She'll probably outlive me.
Why do you say that?
Because she's like 6 years younger than me. 7 years younger than
yeah,
me.
I can see that.
Detachable Penis by King Missile.
Oh my god.
Darth Vader Imperial March.
Love it.
Moving Right Along by the Muppets. Yeah. I'd have a Muppet funeral.
I can't say that I would. No.
No? You don't like the Muppets?
No, I think they're creepy.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? You'd probably like, there's a movie with Melissa McCarthy and Muppets get murdered in it. You'd probably like it.
Probably, yeah, that sounds right up my alley.
It's okay. It's not my favorite Melissa McCarthy movie. I do love her, though.
Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe. Oh my gosh.
I feel
Anyways.
like I'd enjoy Cotton Eye Joe.
At a funeral?
Yeah, I'm a fucked up person.
That's fair. Um, yeah. See, I I make funeral arrangements that my forget the casket. String me up to like the chandelier or something and like swing me around and just play Chandelier by Sia.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cinematically and auditorily entertaining.
Right.
Is auditorily a word?
I think so. Auditorily. Yes, it is.
Sick. Okay, cool. I used it correctly.
Nice.
Haha. Look at me go.
See, and then once Chandelier's over, my body would fall off the chandelier, and then we would switch songs to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor by Drowning Pool.
Or the chain on the chandelier can extend, and then Wrecking Ball plays.
Right, and then you fall off and play It's Raining Men.
Oh yeah, Raining Men. And then a really long descent to the floor, right? And then Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. This is a really good sequence.
Right, okay. Y'all, if we both die by, crazed serial killer shooting, because that's how we're going to go out, let's be real. You know what our wishes are for our funeral.
Yeah. We want to be on the chandelier.
Right.
Chandelier plays. Once it's over, extends Wrecking Ball. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, you have to make sure we start breaking the walls and shit, though.
Yes. We have to break at least one wall.
Yeah.
And hit one person.
Each.
Because that will be hilarious.
Right.
And then
there are certain people that I have in mind.
Same.
And the sole purpose of inviting them to this funeral is to be hit by the swinging body chandeliers, Wrecking Ball.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then we need to be removed from the chandelier at a high height so that It's Raining Men can be played while we descend. And then as we hit the ground, let the bodies hit the floor.
Right. Attach a bunch of helium balloons to us so we fall slowly.
Yes.
And then also turn the sprinklers on in the building so everyone can get all wet.
Yeah.
While it's raining men and Seraph.
Yep.
And then it'll be a good time.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a great idea.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of fucked up, but
it's super fucked up.
Just a little. Maybe a lot, but mostly just a little.
I wish I could draw and animate so I could just make a little cartoon sketch of this happening.
Of that? Honestly, that'd be a really good sketch.
Oh my god. Can
Maybe
you fucking
we'll
imagine though?
See if Akuma could do that. That would be so funny. Okay. Well.
Oh my god.
If you guys see it up, awesome. If not, we're working on it.
If what?
I said if you see it, if you see a video like that up.
Oh,
we did it. If not, we're probably still working on it.
Right. Don't let us forget about it, though.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
Remind us when you tell us how you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to message Akuma and be like, Akuma, we have a special project for you. Oh, my God. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Bye, you guys.